Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're with Coach Jay again, and today I want to talk to you about dealing with your star player. As you've been following me, I've been talking about how to deal with self-identity, how to deal with self-awareness, self-improvement, self-development, a lot of self. And one of the things that I found out is that no matter what I share, if you're not in tune with your star player, then all this doesn't matter. And the star player is you. I got this from Cat Williams with one of his stand-ups, Get in tune with your star player. I truly believe that this is what he's saying when I looked at it, although it was a comedy and it's a nice little skit, but I do understand the importance of understanding who you are. Not better yet, who you are to yourself. And as an athlete, as a young professional, as a stay-home housewife, this applies to you because there are so many things that happen in our life because we're never come in full tune with who we are and what we are. We find ourselves going all over the place. And when it comes to decision making, when it comes to being well-rounded, we're depending on so much on other people to tell us what to do and how to do it that we lose focus on who we really are. And I want to encourage you all, listen, I want to encourage you all to take heed to some of the things that I'm sharing with you, because I believe through practice and through efforts, you'll create a better you, therefore getting more in tune with your star player, which is you. You are the star of any show. You are the main reason why people reach certain levels of success because of your involvement, because of your influence, because of who you are. Your kids are successful because you imparted something into them as they were coming up through life to make them realize that mama or daddy depends on them, mom and dad believes in them, and they can reach any goal or objective that they seek out to do. Even though it may be problematic, it might be a struggle, but you have taught them to stay in the game. See that star player? Second part, stay in the game. We have to understand that by staying in the game is just not seeing the game. We got to get involved in it. Just as well as you do with your kids, just as well as you do with your jobs, just as well as you do with interacting with other people. You make a conscious effort to get in the midst of a storm or a situation. Yes, we do know that our job may cause us to have to be forced to get into it, but some of us do it willingly because we have that desire to help, or we truly believe that the techniques, that our skill set is greatly needed that can help this particular situation move on. Therefore, that's somebody that is in tune with their star player. So you're asking, how do I get in tune with my star player? The easiest way to do that is to stop what you're doing and focus on what makes you happy, what are your strengths and your weaknesses. This is why I'm a big advocate of journaling. Write down your positives and negatives on situations, on life, on how you deal with things. Look at the positive and negative, how you see yourself. When you do a self-reflection of yourself, what do you see as your strength? What do you see as your weakness? And if it's a weakness, don't look at it as a weakness, as a downfall, but an opportunity to advance, an opportunity to sharpen your skills or tweak the skills so this weakness can move up to be considered one of your strongest points. See, when you're in tune with your star player, you know there are certain limits that your body just can't do. Like, I cannot swim like the guys in triathlon or the people that swim for a living because I never applied my time to that. And then I know probably physically I can't do what others have been born with. That's not my skill set. But this talking is one of my skill sets. So I've learned how to utilize this in efforts to help people better understand that. Out there again, I'm getting in tune with my star player because I understand where my highs and my lows are, things that I can excel in and things that I am not so great in. And the thing is, I don't have to be great in everything that I do. I just got to be great in what I feel I'm great in. I hope that makes sense to you. So many times we're spending hours and hours trying to get people to understand what we're trying to do when we ourselves are not in tune with ourselves, so we really don't know what we're presenting. For example, I know that many of us excel easily in certain things, and there's certain things that we struggle in. Let's take, for example, we all are business people, and we work in a job where it's very demanding, and they expect us to produce reports on a regular basis. And these reports are a gathering of information to put in a presentation to later produce this presentation to some marquee people in the job or the business by the end of the month. In order for you to do that, you have to make sure your skill set is in tune. Well, they already believe that you can do it. They already feel that you can do it. And somewhere, somehow, you have proven to them that you can. But you've been doing it because it comes second nature. But when you really sit down and focus on, say, you know what, I'm going to move something on this. I'm going to make sure that they understand my best effort coming forth. And I want them to see that I can excel at any level when I want to. When I put my full attention to it, I'm out of here. What do you do then? You get in touch to your star player. If you know that you want to rock and show everybody your techniques and your talents, what do? You sit down, you calm down, you get in tune with yourself and say, okay, we're going to take this to the next level. So what do? You begin to encourage yourself. You begin to strengthen yourself. You begin to look at your skill set. You are now starting to hone in and you're listening to your body, your mind, and soul come in unity and say, hey, we're going to do this. Again, I just touched bases with my star player. I said, hey, star, it's time for us to shine. And we say, hey, we're going to meet the demand and we're going to go and do that. That's just a small presentation of how you call upon yourself to go in and bring out that star quality that is in you. Look at that mother that stays home and every day she just cooks a dinner and cleans the house and makes sure it's presentable for her children or husband when they come home. You say, oh, well, that's not in tune with a star player, but yet it is. Because that woman understands that every morning that when she gets up, she has a goal to make sure this house is immaculate for when the people come home, that it's safe and it's clean and it's purified so that they can come home and feel comfortable in their house. Along with that, she's in tune with herself because she knows that it's a certain thing that she has to do at a certain time to make sure everything comes in unison, everything comes in alignment. And then when she cooks, she knows how to season the food in the way that everybody enjoys, making a meal for 4 or 5 people to eat and make it to a point where they want seconds. That's getting in tune with herself because she knows the harmony of her body and how to season how this, and then for her cleaning and her separations and washing the clothes and all the stuff that goes to her day-to-day activity. She does that because her body tells her we can do our best. Let us put our star player on display. And every time when you come home, even though you don't say thank you for the job well done, you come home knowing that this house is ready for anybody to come over. Any person can bring a friend or whatever. And the woman has it set up that you can come in and eat and have enough food for a second person to eat on second notice. Or she can go in there and put something together so quickly, bam, you got a second meal for someone just in case it's a late arrival. She's in tune with herself. An athlete who sits back and shoots basketball and plays a game, if they never get in tune with their star player, they always going to be 1 or 2 steps behind. But when you get in tune, it seems like you come in perfect harmony. You come into a rhythm that's second to none, and everybody can see it when you playing your best game because you have got in tune with all your skill set. You have talked to your body. You have talked to your soul. Say, hey, today we're going to match it. Doesn't matter what nobody else do. Today I'm unstoppable because right then you got in tune with your star player. An artist who's painting pictures for different times in their life, and they realized that today when they went to paint the picture, today it was a little different. The brush smoothly went cross over it because today they got in tune. They let all their stress and all their problems go away, and they began to get in tune with a rhythm that their heart was telling them. Their soul came in line with that brush, and that brush and them became one, and they began to paint their first Mona Lisa. Getting in tune with your star player. It sounds easy, but it's not as easy as said because there's a lot of things that has to be in place. And I'm going to list a few of them, but they're not all of them. You have to understand who you are, and you have to understand your strength and your weaknesses. But you have to understand that you have to be able to seize the willingness to engage, to make those changes. You have to be able to secure the fact that you believe that there's something that needs to be changed in order to reach this goal or objective. And then understand your goals and objective. Are they reasonable? Are they acceptable? Or are these just something that you just randomly threw up in the wind and just say, let's see what happens? If that's the way you're doing, you're not getting in tune with your star player because you got too many things coming in and it's going to keep that stardom pushed back. You want to be able to come to a rhythm where you understand who you are and what needs to be done because you're in tune with yourself. And we're going to talk more and more about getting in tune with the star player as we move on in a different segment. But this is just one to introduce you. Again, this is Coach Jay, and I wanted to bring this to you in hopes that I can bring an enlightful moment to you to help you to move forward in the things that you're trying to do. And I believe the first thing that we need to understand is to understand who we are. And we need to really take a realistic approach of looking at our strengths and our weaknesses and be willing to make the changes as needed. All right, we'll talk more about it. But thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, and become a member of this union that I'm trying to join you and all other people together as we get on this journey junction where we deal with the crossroads of life, or the junction of life that makes us make the changes, that makes us make the decisions that ultimately change the way our outcome will be. So until I talk to you again, go ahead and see us on the podcast as Journey Junction Podcast, wherever it's been put on, or you can continue to link here on the YouTube or wherever this is being shared. And I look forward to talking to you. Coach Jay, and I'm out of here.